Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dig into the fine print so you don't have to, and sometimes what we dig up is stranger than fiction, like a high-stakes game of corporate chess played over preferred units. Today we're dissecting a filing from Blackstone Minerals LP. This is fascinating because it's not about a massive equipment purchase or a big earnings report, but rather a very specific agreement that locks in certain voting and ownership behaviors for a key stakeholder. Think of it as a pact, a promise, a binding handshake that will shape things for a while. At its core, this filing tells us about a new deal called a Unitholder agreement. This agreement was made on August 2025 between Blackstone Minerals and a company called AP Basilia SPV LLC. It's a big deal because it directly impacts how certain preferred units, those are like special shares of the company, will be handled. So what does this Unitholder agreement actually say? Well, it has two main parts. First, AP Basilia SPV LLC, or the Unitholder as they're called here, agrees to vote all of its preferred units in partnership with the recommendations of the board of directors. That means for most day-to-day company decisions that need a vote from partners, this large Unitholder will vote the way the company's leadership wants. This is important because it helps ensure stability and predictability in the voting process for the company. It's like having an ally with a significant voting bloc who's on your side. The second key part of the deal is that Blackstone Minerals agrees not to buy back or redeem these preferred units. Normally, a company might have the option to take back these special units, perhaps if it's financially advantageous, but in this agreement, they promised not to do that for a specific period. This gives the Unitholder security, knowing their investment in these preferred units won't be unexpectedly cashed out. This entire arrangement, this pact, is set to last until November 27, 2027. So for about 2 years, from August 2025 to late 2027, these specific terms are in play. The agreement also includes what's called a standstill clause. This usually means AP Basilia SPV LLC agrees not to try and buy more of the company or influence it in other ways beyond what's already agreed upon. They also can't easily sell these preferred units to someone else unless the new buyer agrees to follow the same rules. This keeps the ownership and influence structure stable during the life of the agreement. Also includes what's called a standstill clause. This usually means AP Basilia SPV LLC agrees not to try and buy more of the company or influence it in other ways beyond what's already agreed upon. They also can't easily sell these preferred units to someone else unless the new buyer agrees to follow the same rules. This keeps the ownership and influence structure stable during the life of the agreement. This type of deal is what the SEC calls a material definitive agreement because it significantly impacts the company's structure and how it operates. At least with respect to this particular Unitholder, it directly influences governance and ownership. Now, because this agreement changes the rights associated with these specific preferred units, it also falls under another category the SEC tracks, a material modification to the rights of security holders. Essentially, the deal alters what the holders of these preferred units can do and what the company can do with them. It's all interconnected with the new agreement directly modifying existing rights. It's worth noting that Blackstone Minerals also has common units, which are the regular ownership stakes in the company traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker BSM. This new agreement, however, specifically focuses on those preferred units and how they interact with the company's leadership and its general partner. It doesn't seem to directly alter the rights or trading of the common units, but a stable structure at the top can indirectly benefit all unit holders. The filing is signed by Blackstone Minerals GP LLC, acting as the general partner for Blackstone Minerals LP. This is the entity that manages the partnership. The signature of Steve Putman, who holds a senior role as Vice President, General Counsel, and Secretary, gives the document its official weight. The date of the filing itself is August 27, 2025, which is just a few days after the agreement was actually made on August 22nd. This quick turnaround shows the importance of getting this information out to the public and the SEC promptly. The actual Unitholder agreement itself is provided as an exhibit labeled Exhibit 10.1. This is where all the nitty-gritty details of the agreement reside. While we're focusing on the implications here, the full document is available for anyone who wants to pore over every single clause. So what does this all mean for Blackstone Minerals and its investors? Well, on the surface, this agreement provides a period of stability by ensuring a major Unitholder votes with management, and by agreeing not to redeem the preferred units, Blackstone Minerals is creating a more predictable environment for its operations. at least until the end of 2027. This can be particular stakeholders' alignment and sees benefits in a steady voting power. However, it's important to consider from a Warren Buffett style perspective. While stability is good, locking yourself into not redeeming preferred units means foregoing a potential financial flexibility for management if market conditions change, and redeeming those units becomes an attractive option. Also, the standstill agreement limits the company's options if they wanted to, for instance, acquire AP Basilia SPV stake later on in more favourable terms than perhaps possible in a hostile takeover scenario if the standstill wasn't in place. The main takeaway here isn't about massive financial numbers, but about corporate governance and strategic alignment. Blackstone Minerals has essentially secured a key ally for a defined period, ensuring a smoother path for decision-making by the current leadership. The flip side is a slight reduction in management's immediate flexibility. It's a trade-off that management clearly felt was worth making for the stability it provides. What's your take on this strategy? Does this kind of agreement signal strength or a potential future challenge for Blackstone Minerals? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, and most importantly, subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more insights into the world of business filings. Don't forget to join our Discord community if you want to discuss these topics further. It's linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.